Hello guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video I want to compare meal plan to flexible dieting, or if it fits your macros, or however you want to call it, and give you my honest opinion on what I think is better. So let's get right into it. Let's first start with flexible dieting, or if it fits your macros. So first of all, what is flexible dieting? Flexible dieting is basically when you have your macros and your calories, or if you have a coach, your coach gives you macros and calories, and you just stick to those numbers, and you have more freedom of choice when it comes to food. You can structure your meals for the day pretty much as you like. You just need to follow certain rules. So for example, your coach gives you a certain amount of carbohydrates and protein and fats. Let's say you have 250 grams of protein, 400 grams of carbs, and 80 grams of fats for the day. And you basically use MyFitnessPal or some other calorie counting apps that you have available. And you basically structure your own meals as you like, and you just need to make sure that by the end of the day you approximately hit those macros, that you don't go over that you don't undereat, and that you just stick to those macros and calories that you are given, either by yourself or by your coach. Now, I think flexible dieting can be an amazing thing for a lot of people. However, only if it's done properly, because a lot of people don't do it properly, and in that case, well-structured meal plan is a much better option. So how to do flexible dieting, or if it fits your macros, properly? Well, we need to add 2 extra rules to it that a lot of people forget about. And those 2 rules are: first, it has to be not only if it fits your macros, but also if it fits your micros, because a lot of people focus on macronutrients, but they forget about the micronutrients. So you can, for example, easily cover all your macronutrient and calorie needs for the day, but you don't cover all the micronutrient needs. You can also do that with a meal plan. You can structure a bad meal plan that is not covering all your micronutrients. But with meal plan, it's much easier because you just write everything down and you make sure that everything is covered, and then you just follow the same meal plan, and you don't need to be thinking about it every single day. When with flexible dieting, unfortunately, you need to be actually making sure that you're on daily basis covering all those micronutrients. So it has to be also if it fits your macros, not just if it fits your macros. And the second rule is that majority of those macros and calories should be coming from clean, healthy, unprocessed foods, and you should be eating foods that your body is tolerating well and digesting well. Same applies to meal plan, but you're probably not going to write a meal plan and include junk food in there, right? When with flexible dieting, it's much easier to you're left by the end of the day, you're left with some 500, 600, 700 extra calories, and you just fill it up with some junk food or something like that. So while it's not wrong to fit something a bit more processed and junky here and there, you should still focus that majority of those calories, at least 95%, are coming from clean, healthy, unprocessed food sources, and not from any kind of junk food or processed food or anything like that. Now let's go over the pluses and minuses of both meal plan and flexible dieting, starting with flexible dieting. So what are some pluses of flexible dieting? First one is definitely that you have a lot more freedom of choice. So you have a lot more different options, because with meal plan you're just fixed with 1 or 2 or maybe 3 options, but you are pretty much forced to be eating same stuff every single day. When with flexible dieting, you have a lot more freedom of choice when it comes to creating your meals. So for example, if tomorrow morning you don't feel like eating eggs with oats and whey protein and blueberries, you can have something else instead. You can have, egg whites and avocado or salmon, and add some other carb source with that, So you have a lot more freedom of choice when it comes to creating your meals. And then the second plus is that it's definitely way more convenient, and in many situations way easier to follow, because for example, let's say you have a very busy day and for some reason you don't have time, or you cannot make a meal prep to prep your meals and take them with you. With flexible dieting, it's much easier, because wherever you are, you can just go to grocery store and you buy some food that doesn't require any preparation, and you just scan the code and put it in your MyFitnessPal or something like that. and the problem is fixed, so it's regarding that, it's much more convenient and much easier, and you don't need to be like relying on your meal prep all the time and like stressing around whether you have this food source in your fridge or you don't have it, or then you need to like suddenly go to a grocery store and come back home just because you're missing one or two products. With flexible dieting, you will have much less of that stress, and it will be much easier for you regarding that. So yeah, I think those are two main pluses of flexible dieting over the meal plan. So first, it allows you much more freedom of choice when it comes to food, so you can be creating much different meals every single day and eating much more like how you feel like eating at this time. And then second, is way more convenient in these cases, so you don't rely so much on what you have in fridge and what you don't have. And if you have some busy day or you're not at home or something like that, flexible dieting makes it much easier. Now let's go over what are some minuses of flexible dieting. So first minus is definitely that it requires a lot more tracking of the stuff. As I said earlier, with meal plan, you just write things down once. For example, today I'm creating meal plan. I take 1 or 2 hours at max, and I write everything down. I make sure that all the macros and the micros are covered. And then that's pretty much it. I don't need to think about it much. I just have a written meal plan and just follow the meal plan and eat same stuff every single day, or maybe add a few more options in there. But you make it once and then you just follow it, and that's pretty much it. When with flexible dieting, it requires a lot more like work and thinking, and you need to, and tracking on daily basis, because you need to make sure for every single day, because you're probably not eating the same every single day with flexible dieting. You need to make sure that you are every single day covering all your like macro and micronutrient needs. So you need to be like constantly tracking everything that you're eating, constantly like typing into MyFitnessPal and that stuff. Sure, it gets easier with time as you get better at this stuff. For example, myself, I already know how much of what approximately I have to eat to cover my potassium needs and my magnesium needs and my vitamin A and stuff like that. So it's not that much of a big deal for me, but if you're new in this and you're just starting, you might find it a bit annoying, because you will have to track everything on daily basis. Then yeah, second minus of flexible dieting, I would say, is definitely that because you're most likely eating different every single day, it's harder to like learn how your body is responding to what food. Because for example, your body can tolerate rice really well, but maybe you don't tolerate bread and gluten very well. You might tolerate some type of meat better than the other, some type of vegetables better than the other. So if you're eating the same every single day, or at least somewhat the same, it's much easier to figure out, okay, this food goes well with me, this food doesn't go well with me, so better remove it from the meal plan. When with flexible dieting, because you're eating so differently, if you get like some digestive problems or something like that, it's much harder to guess what is causing what, because you're just eating so much different stuff. So it definitely requires much more observation and figuring out, because for example, you can eat very differently when doing flexible dieting every single day. And let's say I do flexible dieting and I eat like most people eat on flexible dieting, and today in the evening I get some like digestive issues, and it's not that easy to figure out like what actually caused the digestive issues. So I'm asking myself, like, what was it? The yogurt that I previously ate? Was it the cheese? Was it the gluten? Was it something from yesterday? Or maybe it wasn't even diet related and it was just because of the stress, or maybe I got some bacteria or whatever. So with meal plan, when you're eating same every single day, it's much easier to like observe how your body is reacting to what, and figure out if there are like some foods that your body is not tolerating well, and it's much easier to like manipulate that, remove those foods, add in some other foods that you like, maybe want to try and see if your body is good with. When with flexible dieting, when you're eating so different every single day, it requires much more effort to figure out like how is your body responding to what food source. And yeah, those are, I think, the minuses of flexible dieting. Now let's go to meal plans. So what are pluses and what are minuses of the meal plan? So starting with pluses, first plus of the meal plan is definitely that like once it's written and once everything is taken care of, so you take care of your macronutrients and your micronutrients and your calories, sure, you'll have to adjust it with time, but it saves you a lot of like thinking and tracking on daily basis, because you have a written down meal plan and you just eat according to your meal plan, and you don't need to be thinking every single day, oh, did I hit my vitamin A needs today? Did I cover my potassium today? Did I cover my vitamin E today, or whatever, everything is taken care of at the start, and then you just follow the meal plan and just make certain adjustments from time to time when that is needed. So it definitely makes it easier regarding this aspect. Now, second plus of meal plan is definitely that you can observe how your body responds to what much better, and to learn about your body better than with flexible dieting, because you're eating same or very similar every single day, and it's much easier to notice if certain foods don't go well with your digestion maybe, or if you have certain intolerances or certain allergies, or if something just doesn't go well with your body. And it's much easier to learn about your body and how your body is responding to different food sources if you follow the meal plan and eat the same or very similar every single day. Okay, that's pretty much it regarding pluses of the meal plan. Now let's go to minuses of the meal plan. So first minus is definitely that like you're much more dependent on the food that you have in your fridge. You need to think about that everything is there, that you're not missing certain ingredients, and that you're much more dependent on a meal plan. You don't have that much freedom of choice. If you go somewhere, sure, you can do like flexible dieting for that one day, but if you want to stick to the meal plan, you need to like meal prep everything and take it with you and have all your meals by hand. It allows you much less freedom of choice, so you have like your 1 or 2, maybe 3 options on the meal plan. But with flexible dieting, for every single meal you can have thousands different options, so you have much more freedom of choice with flexible dieting than with meal plan. With meal plan, you're pretty much eating same or very similar every single day. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really see any other minuses to the meal plan, so they both have its pluses and minuses. Which one is better? It's really hard to say. I would say it really depends on a person. For someone, maybe flexible dieting will be better. For some others, maybe meal plan will be better. So it really depends on a person. I would say maybe if you're like more seriously into bodybuilding, I would recommend you to rather stick to meal plan, because you are eating pretty much the same every single day, and you actually want that in bodybuilding, so you see how your body is reacting to certain foods. Because if you're eating differently every single day, you have much less control over your body, and you don't learn about your body that well, I would say. Or not that you don't, but everything is much more complicated and much harder to figure out certain things. Now, if you're not that seriously into bodybuilding, if you're going to the gym just to like be fit and look good and be healthy and that stuff, I think you will go better with flexible dieting, or at least it will be like much less restrictive for you and much more fun once you learn how to actually track all of those things and that. Because you'll have a lot more freedom of choice, and you will not feel dependent on that meal plan, but you will feel much more free when it comes to food. It's just a bit annoying, because sure, at the start it can be really annoying when you need to like learn how to track all of those things and micronutrients and all of that. So that's why a lot of people, even people that are not that seriously into gym, they just prefer to have a meal plan, because they have everything written down and they didn't need to be thinking about certain nutrients and tracking them and that stuff. But it really depends on a person, I would say. So Also, a lot of people, once you learn how to track all of those things, it's really not that hard anymore. It's pretty easy. It takes you like a few minutes in a day, and that's pretty much all. And you can, then just enjoy all the benefits of the flexible dieting. So both are fine, really depending on a person. For some people, meal plan may be better. For some others, flexible dieting may be better. So put it on a scale, compare the pluses and minuses of both, and see which one works better for you, and then go with that approach. That's pretty much it for today's video, guys. Hope you find some value in it. Like always, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share to support the channel's growth. If you need online coaching or any other help regarding your fitness goals, just DM me on Instagram, and see you in next video.